Hello, welcome, 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 friends. Hello, hello. If you are watching this on the replay, I am so glad that you are here. If you are watching this live, I'm so glad that you're here. Either way, do me a favor and pretty please like this live. It does help me. Actually, it does. Okay, we're gonna have that kind of hair today. I see. Okay, okay. Today is November 11th. It is the 11/11 portal, you guys. We had a huge flare today. We had an X5 solar flare that is massive. We haven't had a flare that large since May of 2024. When that starts hitting the Earth, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I'm curious to see how it goes and what happens. So, welcome in, my friends. My name is Erin. I'm an intuitive and a frequency and clarity coach, and I am here offering clarity through the use of oracle cards and energy readings. Hello, yellow, that said yellow rose blossoms. Hello, hi, Alans. Hello. Gosh, I'm having trouble seeing. Let me turn this down a little bit. These readings are $25 US. They are payable through Venmo or PayPal. All the information for that is in the description of the video. You can look me up on Venmo or PayPal directly as Consciously Erin, or you can copy and paste the link that's in the description of the video and it will take you to those links directly. That's up to you. Hello, hello. Sharon, hello. Oxford Cat, good morning. Raven, good morning. Haley, good morning. Thank you so much. Pegasus, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am so very happy to be here with you guys. Like I said, pretty please do me a favor and just like the live. It helps me. It helps a lot. So just a couple of quick announcements. Number one, the list is open. Marie is first up on the list. When Marie gets here, hey Mike, good morning. When Marie gets here, she will go first. But the list is open. Readings are $25 US. Venmo and PayPal are available to you. Please do not send any payments through YouTube itself. Don't do that. Hi Marie, I see you. Great, you'll be first. Let me get through my announcements though real quick. Second announcement, my school platform. This morning I released 9 new classes. These are all part of the Frequency Foundation series that I'm going to release. The reason I released the 9 classes separately is because some people may not want to take or buy the whole bundle of classes because it is 10 units. So I put them out there, the ones that are ready for you if you want to explore that. I tried to keep them as affordable as humanly possible. If you buy the bundle when it comes out, you do save a little bit of money, so something to consider. But, you know, not everybody wants to take the whole bundle. You know what I mean? Melissa, I see you. You are on the list. Also, I want to let you guys know, if you've not watched my video from this morning, please do that. There was a lot of information in that video. I stand behind what I said. I am not someone who tends to get a lot of future predictions, because when I'm picking up on your energy, what I'm picking up on is probability at this point. So the things I pick up on are very close at hand in proximity energetically, right? So when I'm telling you about the dreams that I'm receiving, it usually is very close at hand. I am not someone who predicts. So when I put it out there, you have to understand it is A, incredibly uncomfortable for me, and B, only happens when I absolutely feel the 100% push that this needs to be out there. I pray that I am wrong. I want to be wrong. I absolutely want to be wrong. I absolutely want to be wrong. I do not feel like I'm going to be wrong. So, just something to put out there. Now that that's done. Hello, Spider. Hello, Anne-Lee. All right, so let me update the list. Marie, you are up first, my friend. Then Melissa and Stephanie, you are up after that. Marie, I saw you somewhere. Say hello again, please. Oh, hi, Melissa. Michelle, I see you, friend. That is 3 M's. You guys, you see this? This is high-fiving the universe all over the place. Hello, hello. Marie, there you are. Hello, I see you. Clayton, I see you. And you are on the list. Good morning, Jenny. Good morning, Gen X. Oh. All right, Marie. We got some serious cards wanting to come out. The energy's going to be popping, all right? All right, Marie, here we go. Well, hello, freezing Florida. Somehow I don't feel too bad for you. Alana, I see you. All right, so you guys, please remember, as the list grows, I need you to be patient with me. I take my time with everybody. The replay will be on my YouTube later, but please be here in the room when it's your turn. That way we can keep the list going. Do me a favor and like the live if you haven't. It does help me. Hang out, and remember, just because the reading doesn't have your name on it doesn't always mean it's not for you. If you feel something and you're like, oh my God, that's for me, then it is. Just saying. All right, Marie, I'm ready. Here we go. Marie Elliott, 4406. Hello. All right, Marie. Do me a favor, friend. Take a nice, big, deep breath in, all the way down to your toes. And relax. Drop your shoulders. And please give me permission to have access to your energy. So for everyone in the room, please remember my guides speak to me in metaphors and movie scenes. All right, so what I'm describing may not be physically what's happening, but it is a way to convey information, and I will talk about that, okay? Marie, when I come into your energy, the first thing I see is I'm in a house and there are boxes being packed, and there's a little bit of franticness to this, almost like I'm in a hurry. I don't necessarily feel like it's a hurry, like it needs to be done right this second, like I'm running from something, but I feel like I'm feeling rushed to do something. I'm feeling rushed to complete something and move on from it, right? Being in the house is always significant for a comfort zone, always, across all my visions. The fact that you're packing up in here and feeling a push is this feeling of maybe you're having, often, maybe this feels like it's maybe representing that feeling of I feel the push. Something's coming, I need to change, I'm getting ready to go. I don't know necessarily where I'm going, therefore, I'm not necessarily at the state where I'm rush to put everything in the box, but I have the feeling of, no, it's time to start packing. Kind of the feeling, if you've ever had a baby, that nesting feeling where you start cleaning the house and doing the stuff because you know baby's coming, right? Like it's that kind of feeling. There's an urgency to it, but not an anxiety to it, if that makes sense, right? Because this feels like you're getting ready to move outside of your comfort zone, as I look around the room, I can see the doors and the windows are all open. This for me is a sign of moving beyond the comfort zone, but you're still in the house. And I can't figure out why you feel like you need to take all of this with you, okay? So here's something I want you to understand. I think you are in a state of expansion. I think you're getting ready to move forward into whatever next frequency level is ready for you. But I also think that you have somehow convinced yourself that there are aspects, and this is true, there are aspects of where you are that you have to bring with you, but I think you're overpacking. I think you're bringing stuff that is more of a habit to bring it with you than actually need to bring it with you. So let me see if I can give you an example. This is a very silly example, but the idea that once your kids move out of the house, getting out of the habit of cooking a dinner for 4 people is sometimes hard to do because you've been doing it for so long it becomes habit. And sometimes you keep doing that. I kept doing that after my kids moved out, even knowing that they weren't going to be there. You know what I'm saying? So it's something like that. There's something you're hanging on to that they're asking you to reevaluate and let go because you don't need to bring it with you. You are overpacking is what they're telling me. Marie, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. Number 1, they want to confirm, absolutely, you are stepping into a state of expansion, but they are asking you to do a little bit of introspection and figure out where you are taking too much with you. They are acknowledging a feeling of restlessness. This is because you are closer to where you're going than where you've been. That's fantastic. It's leading you to a place of joyous celebration, a feeling of belonging, coming home, and understanding. But they're telling me that you've got to make some better decisions about what you're taking with you. Something you're taking, some habits, some beliefs, some definitions, something you're taking with you or trying to take with you is more of a weight than anything. And they're asking you to let it go. Right now, you're just overburdening your energy just a little bit too much. They ask you instead to focus on the things that feel better creatively, that help you feel like you're planning for something new. You're evolving and moving beyond something, right? My guys want you to understand there's a little bit of an ineffective team around you, and I really kind of think like this has a lot more to do with you overthinking it, like people giving you these responsibilities or something and then you overthinking it, than actual people standing around making you, like, encouraging you to make bad decisions. I think this is more an ineffective team from the past that planted the information than current. Okay, my guides are asking you to please reach for your enthusiasm right now, because this is your opportunity to walk into a space that helps you feel most authentically like yourself. That feels very encouraging, I just have to say. Marie, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you, Marie, for sharing your energy with me. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. Like a mom, good morning. Lakeside Laura, good morning. Carolyn, good morning. Yesterday was your due date. Oh my goodness. 29 with the wind chill. Oh my gosh. I better check on my mother. She might be freezing to death. All right, Marie, thank you so much. I appreciate you very, very much. Melissa, you are up next. You are up next, Melissa. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Grand Rising. Grand Rising. Oh, from Crystal Lake. Jay, did you send me an email this morning? I got an email from, I think I got an email from you. I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but I did get it. Melissa, there you are. I got you. So after Melissa is Stephanie, Michelle, Clayton, and Alana. After Alana, the list is open. Please be patient. Remember, the replay will be available to you on my YouTube later on, okay? All right. I'm seeing two, okay, there's a pattern developing here. Whenever there's repeated stuff in the individual readings, it's a reflection of the collective, and I'm already seeing a repeated pattern here, so this is interesting. All right, Melissa, do me a favor. Take a nice big deep breath in all the way down your toes, and release. Drop your shoulders, and please give me permission to have access to your energy. So, Melissa, when I come into your energy, the very first thing I saw was bags, like suitcases being packed. Again, a sense of packing my suitcases, but no sense of anxiety around it. Yours is a little less anxious feeling, a little less like do it right now. It feels more slow, like I'm just going through things and packing. Yours feels more intentional and more focused. I will say that. Not that Marie was doing anything wrong, but just yours feels more like, okay, I understand that it's time to go on a trip or go somewhere, and I'm putting things in here, selectively choosing what goes in this suitcase, right? I think that's a good thing. I also feel like that whatever it is that you're embarking on is something you've already decided on, or something you're already considering. It's very active in your energy. So usually when I see someone getting ready to walk out the door with a suitcase or a backpack, it's like, all right, I know that I'm taking the next steps. I know that something's coming up. I know that I need to move forward, and here I am taking that step. It's less of a feeling of confusion and more of a feeling of resolution is a good word. Literally, look at that on the bottom of the deck right as I say that. Just saying. Metaphorically, this is moving outside of a comfort zone for sure. I can see you stepping outside of the house and taking a few steps. I don't feel any fear about this, which is really interesting. There's a lot of excitement around it. Like optimism is a good word for this. I feel like I'm setting out on the trail, and even though I can't see where it's going, I feel like Annie Oakley's got her gun and she's ready to go. You know, that's kind of this feeling. And I think rightly so. I don't think there's anything for you to fear, as a matter of fact. There's a lot of orange in this like sort of space. Like there's a lot of orangey undertones to things and stuff. Orange is the color of the sacral chakra. I think it's important to notice that it's not overt in your energy. It's very subtle. So this feels, again, orange is the color of the sacral chakra. This is the home of the name tags we wear and the relationships that are the result of those name tags. Sorry, something's going on with my, okay. And so when it's subtle like this is usually a shift in a role that we fulfill, but a natural shift, something that evolves very naturally. It doesn't have any disruptive properties to it. All right, Melissa, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. I love it when I get confirmation, especially on the very first card. My friend, you are walking out into a new beginning, putting yourself in the spotlight. My guides are asking you to continue to follow your ambition, the thing that you know feels right for you, because as you already know, the path has opened up for you. This path is leading to a state of liberation and a feeling of inner peace. This is why I didn't feel any kind of nervousness or anxiousness or anxiety about it, because it's leading to all these wonderful things. My guides tell me this is your opportunity to step back into a state of balance. My guides want you to understand there's going to be disruption happening in the world around you. It's going to happen. But the thing is remaining steady where you are. Don't focus out here. Remain steady where you are. The road that you're walking will be fine. My guides want you to understand that you are wrapping up some karmic ties that you've been working on for quite a while and manifesting this future in front of yourself in real time. I understand that there is hardship going on all around you, but what I also understand is that your guiding light is higher than that. And they're asking you to tune into this, and they're saying it twice. It's so nice. You know what I mean? So they're really asking you to be excited about this, right? Be excited about it. You're embracing something new. They're telling me it's a good thing. They're showing me that you're mindfully packing for this. You know? Hey! Very exciting, Melissa. Thank you very much for allowing me to read for you today. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Fantastic. I'm excited for you. All right, Stephanie, you are up next. Come on down and say hello. Stephanie is next. Lynchburg. Hello, Lynchburg, Ohio. Spider, there you are. Well, thank you for watching my video this morning. I appreciate it. All right, Spider, I got you here. After Stephanie is Michelle, Clayton, and Alana. The list is still open. So if you want a reading, it's a good time as any to get on there. Remember, the replay will be available on my channel later as soon as the live is over. That's awesome. All right, Stephanie, here we go. All right, do me a favor, take a nice big deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders. And please give me permission to have access to your energy. Stephanie, I feel like you're getting ready to get a talking to, and I'm just going to let you know, don't be mad at the messenger, all right? So as I come into your space, I come into this actually beautiful space. I'm outside in what feels like a beautiful meadow or a garden of some kind. I feel like I'm sitting on a picnic blanket and there's a picnic basket. Someone is with me, someone I care a lot about. I don't know who it is. I cannot like physically see them, but I have the sense of they're with me. This feels like someone I physically understand is with me. They love me. It's a very good, whatever it is. I'm sitting here with all this food laid out in front of me. I feel like there's this beautiful scenery. It's absolutely relaxing and breathtaking and all the wonderful feels, right? Here's what's happening. As I feel like I'm sitting in this space, I am, rather than enjoying the scenic view and the company that I have and the lovely spread of food and cheese and wine or whatever it is, I am very intensely focused on 1,000 different little things. Are the ants going to get the food? Are the mosquitoes going to come out? Is it too dark for us to be out here? Should we be heading back? Is it going to get cold? Am I going to be cold? Like, there's 1,000 things running through my mind, and I'm not even like hearing the conversation that's happening between myself and this other person. I'm sorry to say it, Stephanie. I feel like your guides are like, hey, you need to slow the F down and let yourself see where you are. Remember that there was a time that you were asking for so many of the things that you have right now. But because it was such a natural evolution, we lose sight of that and we forget that in the moment. Stop, slow down, take a breath, and enjoy where you are. You have accomplished a lot, and you have to stop putting so much pressure on yourself to try to guard for everything. There's this feeling of just wanting you to embrace the moment, to be happy, to feel satisfied here, to sit here with, excitement on your face kind of thing. There is a lot of yellow in this space. There's a lot of dreamy feel to it, but there's this sense of like, I'm so focused on all these things that could go wrong that I'm not enjoying the things that have gone right. And I don't want you to be careless in your life, obviously, but I do want you to stop and recognize that you have done a lot. You've accomplished a lot. And while there may be changes coming up and things changing, you're being asked to recognize that where you are is equally as important as where you're going. Sometimes more important, because where you are and how you interact with this place is what sets the tone for the frequency of what you attract to you. Okay? Okay. Someone send me, what is this? Oh, thank you, Melissa. Wow. Thank you. I really appreciate that. All right, Stephanie, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. Wow. Melissa, did you want a reading, Melissa? I don't normally do that, but that was quite generous. All right, Stephanie, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. First of all, they want to acknowledge that the Wheel of Fortune has spun around and is absolutely facing in your direction. My guides are telling me that the winds of change are pushing behind you, but that doesn't mean that you should not enjoy where you are. Please stop and smell the roses and see the rose-colored light around you. See the world through the rose-colored glasses that you have built for yourself. This will help to see an easier path forward for you. You don't have to stress yourself out about this. And you are clouding your own judgment by focusing on all the what-ifs. My guides tell me that you are walking into expansion, true, but it doesn't have to feel like this chaotic environment that you might find yourself in. Instead, my guides are asking you to please take some natural steps. Be patient and kind with yourself. Look around you. This is going to help to feed a sense of resolution and help you to easily walk forward into this new beginning that's coming forward for you. But you got to stop focusing so much on all the what ifs and give yourself the opportunity to enjoy where you are. Oh, Mortz, thank you. Stephanie, thank you. Well, thank you, Melissa. I appreciate that. Both Melissas. All right, Stephanie, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I don't know, I'm not sure who Ben is, but listen, here's my philosophy. Here is my philosophy. I am one individual and I can only process information through my own worldview. That, by definition, makes me limited, right? So in order to expand our knowledge, it is important for us to be open to the idea that we could be wrong or that we need to evolve past what we already know. I am fully open to hearing anything from any teacher at any time. However, I will absolutely stand in what I feel is true. I know truth when I hear it. And there have been plenty of times that I've heard something in a video or something someone sent me and it rings a bell and I'm like, yes, that's right. And it evolves my understanding. There are a lot of times where I'll hear something or see a video and I'm like, no, bro, that ain't it, not for me. But it's not my job to judge someone else's reality or their truth. And I'm never going to do that. You know what I mean? But there's so much value in having so many different kinds of teachers, because the more worldviews we can filter the truth through, the more understanding we can spread. Everybody speaks a slightly different language, friends. You know what I'm saying? Suspicious observers. I will have to check it out. I will have to check Ben out. I'm sorry. All right. Michelle. Kristen, I see you. Okay. All right, Michelle, you are up next. Please say hello. And after Michelle is Clayton, Alana, Danielle, and Kristen. You guys, I do offer, I'm going to be doing on November 21st at 7 p.m. Central, I think, I'm going to be doing a live Zoom gallery where you can come and ask your questions and have a whole conversation with me. Tickets for that are in the link tree that's in the description for this video. They are selling out, so if you want one, now's time to get one. You'll have access to the recording. You will have access to me. We can have a conversation. It's about the big questions. Let's talk about it. So yeah, I have to tell you, Stephanie, if I'm being 100% honest, I don't think it's going to be in the mountains. That's not what I'm getting. I hope I'm wrong. I genuinely hope I'm wrong. But that's not, I saw a coastline. But it felt like Asia, somewhere in Asia. Somewhere over there. I don't want to, I hate speculating, but that's what it felt like. All right, I'm sorry. So let me update the list again. Michelle is up next, then Clayton, Alana, Danielle, Kristen, and Jacqueline. Stephen who? Oh, Stefan Burns? Oh, no, I don't. I purposely don't watch him or anyone else that talks about this because I don't want to bias myself. You know what I'm saying? I know who he is, but I don't watch him. Michelle. Priyanka. Michelle, if your display name is not Michelle, make sure you say hello. Is this you? Emergency? Emergency? Is that what that says? Oh, okay. Small islands with mountain areas in the Japan. That makes sense. That makes sense. Don, hi. I am looking for Michelle. If your display name is Michelle, you've got to let me know. Wait, who is this? Misa. Oh, Misa Berry. Oh, Jacqueline. Okay, Misa. Is that your display name? Messia Berry? Let me look for you. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. I just don't know. I don't see an icon. Misha. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. How in the world do you have my phone number? Have I read for you before? Have I read for you in person? Yes, you are on the list. Oh, okay. Interesting. I just don't remember. So interesting. Well, I have you here. I can focus on you here. Fantastic. All right, Misha, I'm ready. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to focus on you here because this is where I can see you. That's so interesting. All right, Misha. Do me a favor, take a nice big deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders and please give me permission to have access to your energy. Misha, your feet look like they're on fire. All right, so when I come into your energy, the first thing I see is a lot of red and my feet feel very warm, okay? I have a sense of walking on hot pavement, like hot coals, like the ground under me is shifting and I need to move. Red is the color of the root, right? So there's a lot of red in your space and I feel like there's a bit of a rumble in here as if something in your physical environment. So the root is connected to our physical environment. It's connected to all our physical needs, right? Stability, I can't even speak. Stability, security, all the stuff, right? Worldview, beliefs, everything is housed here. There's a big, huge rumble. It looks like an earthquake, if I'm being honest, in your root chakra. This tends to make us feel very unsteady on our feet. And I think that's why they're showing me like the hot potato feet. Like I feel like I need to move. I can't stand in one place. When I look at this information, when I look at this energy, I got to tell you, Misha, it really looks like this is going to pass. And they're asking you to stay calm in the storm. Try not to let the chaos of things around around you convince you that you have to feed into this, right? There's very much this split energy of, okay, there's a lot happening around you. This is true. There's a lot that's calling your attention, also true. But what's also true is you have 100% control over how you respond to such events. And when you choose to put your energy outside of you and feed the chaos, you dislodge the balance within yourself. My guides are really asking you to make sure that you are grounding and taking care of your practices, especially right now with all the chaos that's happening. I understand that it feels like you don't have a lot of control, but the more you focus on that, the more you feed the chaos. If you want to make change, you have to feed the alternative. Get momentum going in the other direction. The perfect example of that is if you don't like the idea of, people not having food, right, for Thanksgiving, instead of just sitting around and worrying about it and thinking about it and all this stuff, then donate your time or donate some energy or donate something. Do something to get the momentum going in the other direction. Don't just sit with the heavy feeling, right? That law of attraction is real and it works, and what you think of is what you get resonance for. So be careful of what you're putting out in the space. Jeannie, I see you. I don't know if it's Jean or Jeannie. So, Michelle, this has I'm sorry, Misha, this has a lot of remember, during times of change, things are going to feel unstable. That doesn't mean that they are going to absolutely come apart. And while I understand that in the past, there have been many things that have felt to you like they didn't work out or they came apart, those words specifically, but your past is not a predictor of your future unless you invite your past into your present. Like, you don't have to have that resonant frequency with you. You can leave it where it is. You don't have to bring it forward. You know what I'm saying? Misha, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. Friend, you are wrapping up a karmic cycle. That is why this is so intense in your energy. My guides are absolutely pointing out that there's a lot of clashed interest and chaos around you, but the result of this, my friend, is starting out on a new journey. This is the Fool telling me it's time for you to move beyond this. That's why it's getting so rumbly around you, because you're being asked to let go of the things that are holding you where you are. It's time to move beyond this. They're asking you to hold steady in your conviction of what you want to do, who you are, and where you're going. This is going to help you to step into a big state of expansion in your energy, opening, good Lord, opening you up for what comes next. Something to remember with expansion: in order to lay the new railroad tracks, you got to blow up the mountains that are in the way. Okay? You are literally standing at the doorway of a brand new road that is opening up for you, and they are asking you to let go of your fear of change. This is the Death card telling me that the old version of you is dying away, but you have to let go of the fear that you've wrapped it up in. My guides tell me this is absolutely your spiritual growth, but it's going to require you to confront some things that you are thinking, believing, or doing harshly, especially when it comes to yourself. Stop bringing your past into your present, okay? They tell me that you tend to be focused on a lot of things in your physical environment, and while I understand we all live in a physical world, I also understand you have a choice where you focus. So I'm going to encourage you to choose more consciously where you are putting most of your energy. If that means stop scrolling on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, then stop. Do something that feeds you, that helps you feel good, instead of something that feels like it's like drawing you down. I have 2 Jacquelines on the list now. Michelle, thank you. Misha, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I hope it was helpful. I don't know why you can't comment on YouTube. That's bizarre. But thank you. I was reading for Michelle, for Misha. Her name is Misha. Goes by Michelle. But yeah. All right. Yeah, just because the reading doesn't have your name on it doesn't mean it's not for you. You want to remember that. Hey, Chrissy, good morning. Yes, Jeannie, you are on the list, friend. All right, Clayton, you are up next. Come on down and say hello. I'm going to update the list. Clayton is up next, then Alana, Danielle, Kristen, Jacqueline D, Priyaka, Jeannie, and then Jacqueline N. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I actually have my necklace on today because someone reminded me yesterday about this. I forgot I had it. This helps me so much when the energy is so intense. This thing works. Like, I don't know what it's called. I got it off of TikTok, and it was not inexpensive. This is what it looks like. And I wear it directly against my skin, and it really helps. So, all right, Clayton, I am so excited to be here with you. Thank you, my friend. It helps with EMF, I think. Whatever it does is it helps suppress the heaviness of the energy when it's coming in like this. It has been extremely helpful. I forgot I had it. And then I put it on, I instantly felt relief. And of course, I have my trusty little thing going, but you know, this energy is crazy. Anyway, squirrel, here we go. Clayton, I'm sorry. I appreciate your patience. 6687, love it. Lots of water. All right, Clayton, do me a favor. Take a nice big deep breath in all the way down your toes. And release. Drop those shoulders and please give me permission to have access to your energy. When I come into your energy, Clayton, the very first thing I see is water. Lots and lots of water. So water is almost always significant for emotion. As I look at this water, so my guides speak to me in movie scenes and metaphors. This is not necessarily a literal representation of anything, but a way to convey information to me about you, okay? So when I look at your energy, I see like a movie scene, like a slow motion of waves, of like just turbulent water. There's waves and white caps and like, you know, but it's this beautiful color. Right? So it's a really odd mix of images because while it looks very turbulent, because of the sort of slow motion of it, I don't necessarily feel like it's turbulent. And then the color behind it is this beautiful, beautiful powder blue, like an ocean. Like when I went to the Dominican, the color of the ocean in the Dominican, that's that turquoise water. That's what this looks like, right? So it's a very odd imagery. There's both a ton of water. It feels like it's very active and moving, but it also is slow motion when I'm viewing it, so it doesn't give me a sense of anxiety. I've not received the image in this way before, so we're going to have to sort of talk about it. When we look at this imagery, first thing that stands out is the color. It's this beautiful crystalline powder blue turquoisey, I don't have an English word for it, color. And it has this very calm sense to it. Now, blue is this color blue, typically, this range of color blue is associated with your throat chakra. The throat chakra is the bridge between your inner and outer world. This is where we manifest the changes that have been happening inside into the outer world as they're reflected to us, right? So there's definitely a lot of manifestation happening here. The water is always significant in my images for emotion. The turbulence usually is significant for a lot of turbulent emotions that are coming forward. But because it's slow motion, I don't know how to necessarily interpret that. Perhaps it's bringing up a lot of emotions. Whatever it is that's manifesting in your physical environment is bringing up a lot of emotions that either you thought you dealt with, you've been dealing something. It's not as like, it's not a dark storm. It's more like, oh, I need to deal with. I don't know how to explain it. I'm sorry. Either way, I feel like it's being triggered for a reason. It's being pushed on for a reason. There's something that needs to be acknowledged in here, something emotionally that it feels like it's boiling, it's turbulent for a reason. Everything is energy, including your emotions, energy in motion. Feeling the emotions that you have suppressed over time is incredibly difficult, but absolutely necessary on an energetic level because they reactivate and they move their way up your system and out of your system. But you have to re-feel them to let them out. You have to acknowledge them and sit with them. So perhaps there are some turbulent emotions that are off to the side that you're not dealing with and they want you to deal with them. It's kind of hard for me to say. This is what my guides have to say, though, in addition to everything else I've already said. First card flipped over. I'm just saying, there is a feeling of a conflict that needs to be dealt with in your space. They tell me this is old and that it's been there for a while. It has something to do with your chosen family or something about someone you consider to be family perhaps, or a group of people you consider to be family. My guides tell me that you've neglected this aspect of yourself in avoidance of whatever this is, and they're asking you to instead deal with it. What this will do will help you to feel more like your original self, more charismatic and exciting. My guides tell me that this helps you tap into that youthful excitement feeling, like I feel freedom again, I feel excited about things. This is like a rock in your shoe. They're asking you to pull that away, you know, to kind of get rid of that, right? My guides tell me this leads to a sense of liberation overall in your energy, even though it may require a little bit more introspection than you feel like you want to do right now. This goes along with a lot of the readings that have been coming out collectively. We're all getting these pushes to get rid of the stuff we're holding on to, because change is here. It's here right the F now, and you gotta get rid of it, okay? Clayton, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope it was helpful, friend. I'm going to update my list real quick. Nadine, I saw you. So, Alana, you are up next. Please remember, when it's your turn, I need you to say hello so that I can focus on you. Veronica, please don't spam my chat. And then I'm going to focus on you. And then, so I need you to tell me if your display name is not the name that you paid with. I need you to tell me that, okay? Yeah, no problem, Veronica. Alana, you are up next. After Alana is Danielle, Kristen, Jacqueline D. Priyaka, I know I'm probably saying that wrong. I'm going to say Priya just so I don't keep butchering it, okay? And then Jeannie or Janine. I'm not sure if it's Jeannie. I think it's Jeannie. And then Jacqueline N. and Nadine. That is my list. Remember, the replay will have all of your readings there. You can go back and rewatch it later, and I encourage you to do that, okay? Alana. Like banana. Alana. Oh, I'm so sorry. Alana. I'm so sorry. Alana. I'm going to try to remember that. Oh my gosh, I apologize, friend. Names are powerful and important. You should have it pronounced properly. That's basic human respect, in my opinion. Spirit 3843. All right. I'm going to write that down, but you might have to remind me. All right, Alana. Alana. I did it again. Alana. Alana. I did it again. Oh my gosh. All right, Alana, I am ready. Oh, you have such pretty energy. Ugh. All right, Alana, do me a favor. Take a nice, big, deep breath in, all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders, and please give me permission to have access to your energy. I bet you it made you uncomfortable to correct me on your name. When I look at your energy, friend, you have an extremely active, very beautiful and vibrant high heart. This is pink when it projects for me. It's the color pink. It's in between the throat and the heart. It's right in here, okay? Yours is this beautiful sort of shiny pink color. I've not seen this color before, so I don't have any clear, like, I've seen this pattern, this is what it means, but it has this sort of pearlescent sort of sheen to it. Etheric feeling, okay? I feel like your empathy has branched out into all of your clairs, just like it's supposed to, right? Our empathy is the first clair that opens. The clair is what feeds all the other clairs, right? That's why it's so important to pay attention how you feel, right? I feel like your empathy has reached some sort of new level, almost like you're able to feel something else besides just your own projection, right? So I know that sounds very confusing, but this may be a mediumship that's developing for you that starts by feeling how the deceased person was feeling. So if they are excited, you might get a little bit of heart palpitation, a little excitement, or if they're feeling stressed, you may, these physical mediums, that's the word I'm looking for. Physical mediumship can start like this. Not always, but it can. I don't necessarily know what this means because I've not seen it before, but that's what comes to mind, so that's what I'm telling you. This is absolutely nothing to be afraid of. You do not at any time have to do anything you don't want to. What I do want to tell you is that with your high heart being as active and as big as it is, your empathy is going to soak up energy from everything around you all the time. It becomes incredibly important that you become one of those people that carry around whatever your protective tool is, like this necklace, right? Because as a huge empath that's projecting as largely as you are, people who are feeling broken, and that's not a commentary on them, but people who are feeling broken are going to be drawn to you. Why? Because you feel better, right? It's very simple. Like when you go to Disney World and it's 9,000 degrees on that blacktop and you walk into one of their air-conditioned stores, you are willing to buy literally anything in there just so you can stay there. You see what I'm saying? This is what it's like when your energy feels like this. This is why you tend to attract people who want help, need help, or feel broken. But I need to remind you that it is not your job nor your duty to fix anyone. Being the example of what it looks like to make better choices for yourself, being the example of what it looks like to anchor in your practices, being the example of what it looks like to look forward instead of backwards, that helps so much more than you give it credit for, and that's what I'm asking you to put forward. There's this feeling of wanting you to have some mindful boundaries around your empathy, but also wanting you to understand that you've reached some sort of new level. And while I don't necessarily have the words to tell you what it looks like, my guys kind of feel like they're telling me that you know what it is. Like you feel it, and maybe you're just looking for confirmation. Then take this as what it is, friend. Some serious confirmation. Alana, this is what my guides have to say about everything else I've already said, in addition to everything else I've already said. First of all, they want you to understand that you are walking into a time of celebration. This card is about coming home, about feeling like I belong somewhere. Not that I have to fit in, but that I belong. I'm accepted how I am, and it also has celebration and support associated with it. My guides want you to understand that your dreams and desires are much closer at hand than you think they are, and that you are literally manifesting this into your physical environment. Be mindful of where you are putting your attention, because where your attention goes is where your energy flows. Manifestation is very much just a giant echo chamber. So what you put out, you're going to get reflections for. Be mindful. You are sailing into a new horizon. You are going somewhere you've never been before. This is going to cause a little bit of dissension in your energy, a little bit of rumble down there. That's why they're asking you to focus on the things that feel better. Right? Stop focusing on all that stuff that makes you feel so stressed out all the time. This is how you cultivate the inner peace that's going to help you take the next steps. Right? Look at this. And I'm telling you, I was about to end your reading. I looked down, and in the deck where no other card is turned over, just a confirmation that your third eye is part of this conversation. All right. Alana, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I appreciate you, and I hope that was helpful, friend. Thank you, thank you. Woo. Well, thank you, friend. Hi, Kyle. Okay, Danielle, you are up next. Danielle is next. Then Kristen, Jacqueline D, Priya. So sorry. And then Jeannie. I'm butchering the names today. I am butchering the names today. Faux show. All right. Danielle. Hey, you have a good day too. Hi, Danielle. I see you. 7508. I got you. It's like something is trying to tie your tongue all day. Just to address that comment, so what this is like for me when I'm channeling is I'm receiving faster than I can articulate. And so it's like a baby when they're learning to walk, their head's too heavy and they just tumble over. That's what it feels like. I get scrambled up in the translation. That's what's happening. It's the information comes in faster than I can physically relay it. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. That's what's going on. All right. All right, Danielle, I am so excited to read for you. Thank you so much for the opportunity and your patience. $75.08, here we go. Do me a favor, friend. Take a nice big deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders, and please give me permission to have access to your energy. All right, so again, my guides speak to me in movie scenes and metaphors. This has very movie scene feeling to it. Not a reflection of physical environment, but yet a way to convey information. When I come into your energy, Danielle, I am standing in this very interesting, it almost looks like animation. Like if you've ever watched the Coraline movie, that stop motion animation, the scenery for that, it kind of looks like that. I'm out in a garden that has that type of scenery, and the lighting is very strange. There's trees and all kinds of stuff, and there's a tree way in the back that looks like it has this very dim spotlight on it. So it has a spotlight, but the spotlight is dim, like barely visible, but I can see it from where I'm standing. I see a reflection of you standing next to me, and you're looking out at the garden, and you have a tear running down one cheek, and you're looking out, and there's this feeling of grief, but grief over something in the self, right? Like a feeling of I've lost a piece of myself, or that ship has sailed, or I missed something. There's this sense of I'm sad for something. I'm looking out at the garden, at the potential, and I feel like I'm sad about something. There's one tear running down your cheek. When I'm looking at you, I can see this, but when I look out there, I can see this tree, but it has this like very faint spotlight on it. Okay, so what this feels like to me is there is some aspect of yourself that you think is lost or broken or missing or something, but it's not. It's just, it's down in the depths. It's down there, but it's sort of covered with all these darker lights around it, and not meaning like a bad entity or anything. That's not what I mean. But like, because the light has gotten so dim around it, it's like it doesn't see your attention anymore, but it needs your attention in order for the light to get brighter. This feels like an aspect of yourself that you had to put away, and it feels like it was necessary for you to put it away. They give me the word survival, and I hate to use that word, but that's what they give me. They give me a feeling of self-preservation and survival. This piece got put away, and now I recognize in reflection that I loved this piece of myself, and I'm shedding a tear out of a feeling of loss over it. But when I look at this, I can see it's still there. It is still freaking there, but you have to put some energy towards it. It's like Tinkerbell. If you clap, it grows, right? So there's this sense of wanting you to go back and re-embrace this, and I don't know what it is. I wish I could tell you. I can just feel this overwhelming sadness, and the sadness feels like it's threatening to swallow you, or it could swallow you, but it doesn't have to because it's misplaced. That tree is there. That tree is there. It just, the light is not as bright as you may have expected it to be, right? Woo! All right, Danielle, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. My guides want you to understand, they acknowledge there's a lot of chaos and stuff around you that's keeping you from seeing what this tree is actually there. They are asking you to listen to your crown, listen to your higher self, and put on the right glasses so you can see this tree. This piece of yourself that you think is lost or broken is absolutely there. And this is your invitation to pull those two pieces back together. My guides tell me you can come up with reasons or excuses all day long why you can't do this, but they're all just excuses. Instead, they're asking you to see the truth of the situation, that you've put this piece of yourself away and that you miss it, that you feel the absence of it inside of your soul. And when you start to re-embody this, and that doesn't mean jump in with both feet if you can't, it does mean to re-engage in this and bring it back into your current place, pull this energy back to you. When you do this, it takes you to a whole new horizon, friend. You might think you feel stuck. You're not stuck. You're holding yourself still. Not the same. My guides want you to understand you have the opportunity to move to a new horizon, but it requires you to step into a feeling of authenticity, and this feels like a missing puzzle piece. They also tell me that you know what this is, that it's guided by your higher self, and when you allow yourself to embrace it, it literally opens you up to a brighter future. I wish I could tell you exactly what it is, Danielle. I don't know. I can only sort of see it. All right. Woo, Danielle, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope it was helpful, friend. What did that say? I'd have a reading and your guides would tell me to get your shit together and get moving. Maybe they might. Depends on how spicy they're feeling. Hi, Kristen. I see you. You are next. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for letting me know that you're here. I absolutely see you. You got a bunch of different. You got Nicole, you got Christian, you got Kristen. All right. Okay, Kristen. I am excited. Here we go. All right, do me a favor. Take a nice, big, deep breath in all the way down your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders and please give me permission to have access to your energy. So when I come into your space, I have this very floaty, foggy feeling, okay? And I know that can feel frustrating and all this stuff, but it is purposeful. This is something I like to refer to as night school. I don't know what anyone else calls it, but that's what it's been explained to me as, and let me explain that to you. So people who are clairvoyant, meaning you just know things when you know them, there's a reason that you are this, because you go to something called night school. And night school is like night school. You're learning what you need to know for what's upcoming in your life. We don't go too far ahead, quite obviously, because the future is not set and it's constantly shifting and changing based on our focus and our attention. But I feel like you are active. Like my eyes are so heavy right now. Like I literally feel like I need to just close my eyes and lay down. You are heavily active in night school right now, which means there's a change coming forward for you. I don't necessarily think this is a change that you are expecting. It feels a slightly unexpected change, but I want to be very clear when I say that doesn't mean something bad. Don't jump there. Don't do that. Okay? Law of attraction is real. I'm saying a change that up until this point was unexpected. But because it's so probable in your energy right now, I'm actually feeling and seeing it coming forward. So that means you're next, right? This feels like it has a relatively large ripple to it, so whatever the change is will affect multiple aspects of the world around you. Perhaps you're moving, getting a new job, changing relationship status, learning how to cook, taking dancing lessons, I don't know. There's something happening that's causing a ripple in your energy, and in night school you are learning what you need to know to get through whatever this is, or to make your way through this with best choices. That said, the reason you're being told this is because you're being told to listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. Stop doing the thing you do where you ask other people, so many other people, for their opinion and it muddies the water. Stop doing that. Your first instinct, your first feeling, that's what's important, and they want you to do that, okay? They're really asking you to do that. Stop asking for other opinions, because whatever this change is, I, again, have no indication to say that it's bad. It just causes a disruption in your energy. Anything different causes disruption. So don't tell yourself it's bad. But when it comes forward, there's this distinct push of wanting you to understand that everything you need to know to make the right decisions in that moment, you've already learned it. So rely on that inner knowing, that first instinct, the first voice that pops up, and stop inviting so many cooks into your kitchen because they're getting too much salt in the stew. All right? Kristen, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. Now is the time to focus on you and being a little bit more selfish than you normally are. My guides tell me there's a lot of people around you that have a lot of opinions that they want to say, but they're asking you to let go of that feeling that you have to allow everyone to have their opinion on everything. Because all that's going to happen is it's going to cause this feeling of mental strife to build up in your energy. So instead, they're asking you to have better judgment, especially when making choices coming up. Listen to yourself. This is where you're going to find that sense of inner peace, and it also is where you're going to find that doors start to open because you are actually following your inspiration and not somebody else's inspiration telling you that you should be inspired by it, right? So the feeling here is as you follow through with your intention, your intuition more and more, it opens more and more doors for more inspiration. One feeds the other. See what I'm saying? You are manifesting this into your physical reality, friend. This is something that you will see results of physically in your environment. It will have enough ripple that you'll be able to pick it up. 77 people in the room and 77 likes, I'm just going to say. Kristen, this is a very good reading, but it's like, don't overthink it and stop inviting so many cooks to the kitchen. All right? This explains the dreaming of sitting in a chair in a classroom. Yes. There you go. Well, take the confirmation. That's awesome. All right. Kristen, thank you so much. I appreciate you very, very much, friend. All right, Jacqueline D, you are up next. If you prefer to go by Jackie or a different name, make sure you let me know. Jacqueline D, you are next. Then Priya, Jeannie, Jacqueline N, and Nadine. I still have openings if you want to get on the list. Ooh, that was strong. I had to give that one a second. American and Abstract. I'm sorry. I know you've told me your name 10,000 times. Are you Jacqueline D? I feel like that's a song, right? No, that was Sandra D. Excuse me. That was Sandra D from Greece. Oh my God. I'd love to put you in the list. Readings are $25 US. They are payable via Venmo or PayPal. Oh, you're Jacqueline N. Oh, okay. I'm going to write that down. I can't promise I'll remember. All right, so Jacqueline D, come on down and say hello. Oh, I see you. Emergency. Emergency. I did that twice. It is a goofball day. It is a goofball day. All right, Jacqueline, I'm ready to read for you. Oh, your middle initial is D? Oh my gosh, how funny is that? Alignment is fun. I love it. All right, Jacqueline, I am excited to read for you. Thank you so much for allowing me to do so and to be here with you today. Thank you for your patience and your time. I do appreciate it. Jackie is cool. All right, got it. All right, Jackie, I'm in. Friend, your energy is big. All right, Jackie, not in a bad way. Good way. Here we go. Do me a favor. Take a nice big deep breath in all the way down your toes. And release. Drop those shoulders and please give me permission to have access to your energy. I get like a split energy for you. I feel like, let me just explain it. So again, movie scenes and metaphors, right? We're going to remember that. So as I come into your energy, I have a sense of looking at someone who has a lot of armor on, but a soft center, right? It's like hard candy coating, but warm center, right? When I look at this image, I feel as though each piece of armor has been earned, rightfully so. It's been put in place. There's a lot of hurt underneath this armor, and it feels like there is healing happening here. There's a significant amount of healing, but it doesn't feel like it's kind of reached all the edges yet. There's some crispy areas around here, right? That usually tells me it's pretty old. The stuff that you're bringing up and healing is pretty old at this point, but nonetheless, still there. I feel like when I look at you that there may be a lot of maybe misunderstandings around you. Your energy is big and projects. Your protector is very projected. Say that 10 times fast. Your protector is very projected. So sometimes this can make your energy sort of, it does like this around someone. Oh, thank you for the gift. Who was that? Oh, shoot. What did I do? It can make it bump like this against someone, right? That really is not necessarily anything I think you need to do anything about. I think that's more of an explanation. I think because your protector is so active that it immediately has a reaction to things around itself just because that's how it is. I also feel, though, that you have this warm, beautiful center that is so soft and gooey and just loving and caring, but it feels like it's hard to put that out there because they're showing me this repeated action of like a hand getting slapped. Like I was trying to help, my hand getting slapped, and eventually you learn to stop trying to help. I do feel like you are a different person than you were back then, and you find yourself in a different situation than you were back then as well. Sarah with the H, I see you. And they're asking you to sort of reevaluate your armor. Not that I want you to take it all the way down, but I do think maybe it's holding you back a little bit because, I mean, think about it. If you try to go swimming with armor, you're going to drown. And I think you're ready to expand. And sometimes armor can serve as an unconscious way of holding us back because the fear of being hurt is stronger than the desire to move forward. And that's fair, especially when the hurt's really deep. But things can't change if they stay the same. You know what I mean? All right, Jackie, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. My guides tell me that you have a very practical mindset, especially when it comes to the armor you wear and the protection that you have, right? They tell me that this is the result of choices that had to be made. And they're saying, yes, every piece is deserved and every piece earned its place. But they're asking you to reassess it now. They're literally asking you to revisit this, to relook at this, to re-examine this, because things are changing. This will disrupt the tower that you've built around you that used to act like a wall to keep you safe, that has started to act like a barrier to keep you in. And when you start to reevaluate that, those walls come down and it really helps you step forward. Now is a time for you to have some compassion for yourself. This is where you're going to find the inner peace that you've been looking for, is in here, and letting some of that armor go. My guides tell me you have a very good, stable, chosen family. These are people and practices that you have that love and support you, and they're asking you to relax into the connection you have with your higher self. There was a lot of manipulation in your past, and I think that's where that armor comes from, but they want to remind you that you have much better judgment now. You've grown, you've evolved, you're making better choices. You have to give yourself credit for that. My guides are asking you to do yourself a favor and to not completely, but start putting down some of the armor, remembering that you're the one driving the car and that you are working on healing these wounds, but it does take time. All right? It does require a little bit of selfishness, but selfishness is only a bad word because somebody told us it was. Jackie, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, friend. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. I hope it was helpful, friend. Thank you. Hello from Kansas. Hello, Patricia. Hello, La La Love. Hello from South Africa. Oh, Rachel Thomas. Oh, Rochelle. Rochelle, hey, friend. All right. Priya. Kokomo, Indiana. Hello. I am so sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Please tell me how to pronounce your name. Priya, you are next. And then Jeannie, Jacqueline N, Nadine, Sarah, and Abby. That is the list so far. If you would like to get on the list, there are still available spots currently. Just remember that you have to be patient with me as I make my way through the list. All right, Priya. Priyanka, do you prefer Priyanka or do you prefer Priya? Is there a way you prefer? Go Cubs, go! Maybe next year. Good morning, good morning, good morning. No, both down. Okay, well, I'm gonna go with Priya just because my mouth feels broken when I try to say Priyanka, and I don't want to be disrespectful in any way. So I'm just gonna go with Priya for my own ease, and I apologize, but I'm trying not to butcher your name because it's really beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. It's one of my favorite names, ironically. And I know it sounds weird for me to say that, but it's hard for me to pronounce properly. I'm from the South. I literally put extra syllables in everything. Lila, I see you, and you are on the list, friend. So I apologize. All right, Priya, here we go. So much green in your energy. All right, Priya, do me a favor. Take a nice, big, deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders and please give me permission to have access to your energy. Movie scenes and metaphors, right, friends? Priya, when I come into your energy, I see you standing in a big open green field of the most emerald green grass I think I've ever seen. There is a subtle quietness to this space. Like I feel like I can hear birds and I feel a breeze on my face. Like I feel like the wind is moving my hair just perfectly for cinematic things. There's a sense of looking out at the horizon over this big open field. The grass in this is very high. It's chest high. All right. All of this is significant. I will get to it. But looking out at the horizon, there is a sense of suspension. Suspense. I don't know the right word for it. It's like the building of suspense in a movie, right? Foreshadowing almost in a movie. Like when the character looks out at the horizon and the weird music plays and you're like, oh crap, something's coming. Like that's the feeling. But it's not ominous music. I want to be very clear. It doesn't have a bad feeling to it. But that's the feeling I have in the space. So let's break this down. First of all, green is the color of the heart. This is the biggest chakra that we have, and it's where all your love, emotions, and everything else sits. It's also where we carry a lot of our hurt and pain. Because it is so active in your space, this is always an indication to me that you've done a lot of emotional healing, especially over things in your past. 1010 on my clock confirmation. I think that you have something you can do with this and that you haven't seen the possibilities of it. You have all this grass, this green grass from healing that's grown up around you, the tools that you've learned, the knowledge that you've gained, the experience that you went through. It's all grown up around you. You're looking down in the future, which is fine. You can look to the future, but you're missing what's right in front of you. You're looking to the future and wondering what comes next. All the tools you need are right around you. What you've been through, what you've healed, if you can find a way to offer that in some way to someone else, not only will you have a lot of confidence in what you are offering because you already know that it works, but it will help you to resonate with people who are looking for the same answers you were looking for. This is how you build community. I don't know what this looks like for you, but they are and it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to, go on a public speaking tour or a bus tour or any of those things. It doesn't mean any of that, but it does mean that you have an opportunity to harvest what has grown out of the healing process that you went through. But you have to stop looking so far in the future and look closer to home, closer to where you are. The future will unfold on its own, especially when you start taking advantage of all the stuff that's grown up around you, okay? Priya, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. They are asking you to do a little bit of introspection to see where you want to go from here, right? The idea is stop looking so far down the road and look inside here. What do I want to do? My guides want you to understand you have a deep, strong connection to your higher self, and the more you start to utilize the tools that have grown around you, the more the tower of disbelief that you have built around yourself will start to come down. This is a tower card telling me that there is change afoot in your energy. There is, but again, you're too focused down here. You have to come from the right motivation. You can't look for, I'm doing this only for financial stability. Do it because it feels good and financial stability is the result. Literally, my guides are asking you to follow your inspiration, to listen to your heart. And while this may take a little bit of self-focus, it will absolutely open the door for you. My guides tell me that you have a close, chosen family that is ready to support you and step forward whenever you're ready and to lean on these partnerships as they present themselves. My guides are acknowledging that you might feel a little bit unstable as you start going after this. This card being in reverse is about stability in your physical environment. So if you're trying to make a change from, like, for example, working for someone else to working for yourself, this is one of those cards that can come up. But my guides are telling me that you are resilient. You are going to be fine, even though it may make you feel vulnerable in the moment. So this is kind of that feeling of wanting you to recognize that you're coming up against something that's going to make you feel like it's like that shadow aspect of the manifestation. You're being asked to have a dream bigger than your fear and push through that. Priya, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, friend. I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope it was helpful. 1111, I love the confirmation. Hi, Jeannie. All right. Good. I'm so glad. Thank you, friend. All right, Jeannie. I am ready to read for you. Thank you so much. 7016. Let me shuffle. My eyes really want to be closed. More and more I get in this channel state where I want to close my eyes. Makes it hard to read the cards though. All right, Jeannie, here we go. Do me a favor, take a nice big deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders. And please give me permission to have access to your energy. So as I come into your energy, the very first thing that gets my attention is this sort of soft white energy around you. It's very ambient feeling. It's not harsh or abrupt in its face. It's very soft in its flow. Sometimes I see white energy, but it usually feels more, hard is not the right word, but I don't have a word. More severe. I don't know how white can feel severe, but it does. When I look at you, Jacob, I see you. When I look at you, you have this white energy around you. It's very soft, it's very serene, it's very flowy. This is an indication of a connection to a very high frequency. I see this type of energy with people who are direct channels, people who can channel angels or angelic beings, ascended masters, ETs, all this type of stuff is in a realm of frequency that is pretty high up there. This white is the color that is assigned to this frequency. So when I look at you, this is the main dominant color in your energetic field. That doesn't mean that's all you can do. It doesn't even mean that you're taking advantage of it. But what I'm seeing is that it's fully available to you. I do feel like there's some pushback. I feel like I'm just got someone putting the brakes on a car. I don't know why. It's like an emergency brake. I feel like the emergency brake gets pulled, and for some reason, I don't know, when I bring this up, there's like a screeching halt, like, oh no, I don't want to do that, or something like that. I feel like there's a definition somewhere that maybe you have that's a little either narrow, misinformed, maybe both, especially around the idea of channeling. Channeling does not mean going into a trance most of the time. Trance channelers are incredibly rare. People who channel like me are far more, they took the word away, are far more common, right? It's called conscious channeling. So just be mindful that you're not getting too in your head and telling yourself you're not something that you have access to just because you have a misdefinition of it, right? Like, your definitions are important, but they need to be able to expand and be flexible with the more you understand about yourself and the universe. All right? Jeannie, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. I feel like this is confirmation. There's some belief, understanding, definition, something that you're holding on to in your root that's been there for a while that feels like it's holding you back a little bit. This is push this piece of yourself off to the side, and when it comes up, it brings up a feeling of conflict. My guides are asking you to reassess this teaching, this belief, especially around the ideas of mediumship and channeling. That's where I would go. That's where I would start and see what comes up, okay? My guides want you to understand that you can't be too practical when you are facing these things. This is something in the spiritual realm, which means it's very different than what you have come to expect in your physical environment. My guides want you to understand that I feel like this is the wrong word for this card, but the meaning is there. You have a faulty definition. You have a faulty definition. Not that someone lied to you, but you have a faulty definition. And I feel like if you can undo that or look beyond that, not only does it open a whole new path for you, but it allows you to actually see the truth of yourself. I think you're going to need to do a little bit of introspection to figure out what this is and figure out where you're telling yourself you're not something that you actually are. How are you defining your gifts or something that is holding you where you are? You know what I'm saying? Jeannie, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I appreciate it. Faulty belief system. I believe it. That's what it feels like. It feels like a faulty belief system. La La Love is Lydia. Okay, I got you. Mary, I see you. You were on the list, friend. I only have 2 spots left, you guys. Just a heads up. I only have 2 spots left. Thank you, friend. All right, Jacqueline N, come on down. I know that American something is in your name. I wrote down American. Thank you so much, friend. I appreciate you. Jacqueline N., you are next. After Jacqueline N. is Nadine, Sarah, Abby, Lila, Lydia. I'm going to just cross take about 2 L's in a row. And a Mary. We've got so many M's and repeated letters today. It's amazing. All right, Jacqueline, come on down. If you want a reading, I have 2 spots left. Readings are $25 US, payable via Venmo or PayPal only. Do not send it through YouTube, please. There you are, Jackie. I see you. I have 1 spot left. Maya, I see you. You are right after Mary. Look at those double M's. I've only got 1 spot left, just FYI. Did you guys see those stripes just now? Did anybody else see that? I turned around to look at the screen and there was these weird ripples on the, that was weird. That was super weird. That, I don't know what that was. It was like I'm just gonna leave it. All right, just gonna leave it. All right, Jackie, I'm ready. All right, friend, do me a favor. Take a nice big deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders, and please give me permission to have access to your energy. Colin, you got that last spot. The list is closed. Jackie, thank you. Friend, your root is on fire. There is a, they're telling me a controlled burn. I like it. They're telling me there's a controlled burn happening in your root, my friend. This is something that happens. Indigenous people have done this all over the world for millennia. When the ground starts to get cluttered and there can be no oxygen that gets to the grass, they do a controlled burn to burn up all the like vines and stuff that have sort of attached themselves to everything, right? They're showing me that your root is going through a controlled burn. This feels like the subtle release of a lot of energy that's been held there for a while through the addressment, I don't know if that's a word, through the addressment of some triggers that have been coming up for you lately. I don't feel like any of these triggers are necessarily big giant bombs that are going off, more like annoying little rocks in the shoe. But each one of them that you acknowledge, address, and take the power back from is showing you closer and closer to the manifestation. The reason they're coming up, the reason you're doing a controlled burn is because, friend, you have a manifestation coming in. This feels very physical in nature, something you can see, touch, taste, hear, something interacting with in your physical environment. While I cannot tell you what it is so dominant in your space, I can't help but feel it. Leaf sucker upper truck coming by, so sorry about that. This controlled burn, I'm telling you, is very purposeful. It feels like there are some things, relationships, and not necessarily romantic, but some sort of relationships, interactions, something that needs to be reevaluated because it's taking up space in your energy and it needs to go. Because whatever this manifestation is that's coming forward is restructuring some of your roots, so they want you to get rid of the stuff that's holding it where it is, right? So, Jackie, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. They are asking you to have a little bit better judgment. I'm so sorry, Betty. I will have to refund you. My list is full, but I will refund you. I'm so sorry. My guides want you to understand. They need you to see the truth of the situation, that these triggers all have a common element to it, and it's because you're walking to a brighter future. They're asking you to let go of these things because they've been hanging out in your energy for way too long, and they cause you to be too physically focused, okay? My guides want you to understand that this is causing a little bit of disharmony in your energy now, but in the long run, it is helping you to physically manifest something better into your space. I understand that right now things might feel a little bit vulnerable, but they want you to understand it is all part of the progress that you are making. It's all part of the progress that you are making. So I know that it feels like things might be a little bit rumbly right now, but it feels purposeful to deconstruct some stuff so that whatever this physical manifestation is can come forward. I don't feel like the physical manifestation is a surprise. You didn't see him? Darn. I don't feel like it was a surprise at all. Whatever this is, but something you've worked towards. Again, not like an earth-shattering manifestation, but the next natural step forward. I'm seeing all kinds of stuff out of the corner of my eyes and stuff on the screen. It's crazy. All right, Nadine, you are up next. Come on down. Yes, I am so sorry, but my list is closed for today. Thank you. I will refund Betty. If Betty is in the room, I will absolutely refund you once I am done with this live. I do not know for sure the next time I will be live. Hi, Erin. But maybe Thursday. Hi, Nadine. 3843. I wrote down 3843 and I was looking at it going, what does that mean? Because when I'm in a channeled state, I literally have no idea. I don't remember anything, so. Yes, I saw that. I think I made a video about it this morning, something different than that one. All right, Nadine, here we go, friend. Do me a favor, take a nice big deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders and please give me permission to have access to your energy. Nadine, your energy is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. You have a soft flow to all of your chakras. These readings make me nervous because I feel like people want me to tell them when stuff's wrong with them. But friend, you have nothing wrong with you. Your energy looks good. It's calm. It's stable. All of your chakras are open and communicating with each other. It's like taking a deep, fresh breath of air. You are stable. You are stable. You are stable. Allow yourself to relax, okay? You don't need to brace yourself for the other shoe dropping, for what comes next, or any of those things. You are seriously being asked to relax. I do feel like you are sort of charging a battery for whatever's coming next for you, but it's not close enough in probability yet that I can actually see it. The mistake people make when they're in this state is they tend to think they're stuck when you're not. You are recharging. Everything is purposeful. Everything is purposeful. So as you are in this recharge state, instead of asking yourself, why am I stuck? Ask yourself, boy, why am I recharging? What's coming up? Something pretty big must be coming up. The way you phrase the question matters. The intention behind it matters. And they're asking you to embrace this positive side, okay? Please, please, please. Again, I feel like I just want to tell you, your energy looks good overall. I do feel like obviously you're in the charging state. So there's change that's coming. It's just not close enough yet for me to perceive it or pick up on it. I pick up on probability more often than possibility, because there's too many possibility probably, but it's not active enough for me to pull it forward. I think if you can relax into the state instead of telling yourself you're stuck, remind yourself you're charging, I think it will help to make that ease, make it feel less like conflicting. I feel like I'm losing my words, so I'm just gonna go to the cards. Nadine, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. They're asking you to release your anxiety and relax. They want you to understand that you are just going into a state of recharge right now. They're asking you to make the commitment to rest during this phase because it is integral to your spiritual growth. This may require some reassessment of how you look at things, like the idea that rest is counterproductive when it's not. This is going to require you to turn away from things that are super practical, like the idea that you've always been taught you must sacrifice yourself for the betterment of others, or whatever it is. They're asking you to turn away from that, okay? My guides want you to understand that now is the time to be selfish. Again, it's only a bad word because someone convinced us it was. It's not. You are the only one who can take care of you in the capacity you need to be cared for, because you're the only one that knows what you need. My guides are asking you to help this authenticity begin to collect power and build up. You are charging your battery. As you do so, your intuition will start to get stronger and stronger. And eventually, you'll reach a point where you feel the pull. And you're like, okay, now it's time to do something new. When you feel that pull, when you feel that call, that inspiration, that's when you know that the field of potential has opened up. And it's calling you forward. You follow through on those inspired pursuits, those little pieces of inspiration, that's what's going to take you forward. But don't hold yourself somewhere and tell yourself that it has to look a certain way or be a certain way. You're in a state of charging up. You're getting ready for whatever it is that's going to come next for you. And that's pretty freaking exciting, actually. All right. Whew. Nadine, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I appreciate it. Betty, I did just refund you, so you should get that notification. Thank you, friend. I appreciate you. All right, Sarah, you are up next. Come on down. Sarah is next, then Abby, Lila, Lydia, Mary, Maya. This is a tongue twister. That is a tongue twister. Abby, Lila, Lydia, Mary, Maya, Colin. My goodness. All right, Sarah. Oh, well, thank you, friend. I appreciate you. Hi, Sarah. see you. 986. All right, Sarah, here we go. Do me a favor, take a nice big deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders and please give me permission to have access to your energy. So Sarah, when I come into your space, the image I see, again, movie scenes and metaphors, is I see a woman standing in a lake. She is up to her waist, maybe. The lake, the water itself is very, very calm, like a mirror, okay? So there's a reflection of her back up towards her. She is looking down at the reflection, okay? I don't see like she's moving in the water. I think she's standing there looking down at the reflection. Boy, this feels really deep. So, Sarah, this is what my guides are trying to say. My guides are reflecting to me that you're standing at a point where you are going through some deep emotional reflections. And maybe for the first time you're going to be, or you're starting to be able to actually see a true reflection of you. That's why the water is still. There is a sense of having in the past had a lot of anxiety or depression or something that muddied the waters and made it so you couldn't see. But where you stand now, the waters are smoothing out and they're asking you to look at the truest reflection of who you are rather than the reflection that other people told you you were. There's a sense of wanting you to call back your power. The water only comes up to the sacral chakra at this point. I think that's because the emotion that you're dealing with has a lot of tie down in the root in the sacral chakra. I don't know specifically what it is, but they're showing me that it's been there a long time. That's why it's so big. It's like a lake that you're walking into. I have no aspect, no feeling that you're going to drown or anything bad's going to happen. I do feel like it can cause panic or overwhelm if you go too quickly through what you're working on. But coming through this feels like it brings a truer reflection of who you are and a more stable connection to your higher self. I think your vision of who you are and who you tell yourself you are, that's a better way to say it, has been colored quite a bit by the people around you. Sarah, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. I love it when I get confirmation on the first card. I am not happy this is the one. My guides want me to understand that there's been a lot of manipulation in your past, especially around the idea of how you see yourself or define yourself. There's been a lot of limitation placed on your plate that doesn't need to be there. My guides are asking you as you go through this healing process to reassess these roles that you've been given and ask yourself if this is what you really want to do. I understand this is going to take some deep self-evaluations, but I also understand that the restlessness you feel is because you're ready to move on and evolve to something better, a bigger version of you. This is going to require you to acknowledge the reflection that you are seeing in the emotion you are going through. You have to see the emotion. You have to feel the emotion. You have to see the truest side of yourself and acknowledge that piece of you. Don't push it away. Don't hide it. Don't be ashamed of it. You don't have to tell anybody about it, but don't be ashamed of it on your own. My guides are asking you to please listen to your intuition as it guides you through this, because there's going to be a lot of emotion that comes up, like disappointment and frustration. They're asking you to be calm as you move your way through it, okay? My guides tell me that you are manifesting a better version of your reality, and it is full of potential. But it needs to be a calm process because you're healing a lot of deep emotions. You're bringing those up to the surface to let them go. So don't rush it, you know? Yes, please do me a favor and hit the like button. It does help. If you have the option to do a boost, like on some YouTubes, they're doing this thing where you can offer, it's like a free shout out or boost or something. When you like the video, it pops up. It doesn't cost anything. I think that really helps to boost my content. So if that happens on your screen, if you don't mind doing that, I would appreciate it. I've only seen it on my mobile app, but you never know. All right, Abby, you are next, friend. Come on down. Abby, come on down. You are next. Say hello. After Abby is Lila, then Lydia, Mary, Maya, and Colin. That is the list. We are working our way through. My foot is asleep for some reason. I'm telling you guys, the energy is funky today. I love that. Thank you. Are you in advertising? I need someone who knows how to do social media advertising to make some social media campaigns for me, because I'm completely ignorant on it. I have all of these classes and all this information, all this stuff, and I don't advertise it because I don't know how, and I don't have a huge budget. I want to leverage social media because it's free, you know what I mean? But I need help with that. So if you know how, or you know someone who knows how and you're good at that and you want to help me out, I'm happy to work with you. So let me know. All right, Abby. I got you, Abby. I see you. A baby, let it play. Lilia. Okay. A baby. All right, so do me a favor, take a nice big deep breath in all the way down to your toes and release. Drop your shoulders and please give me permission to have access to your energy. Friend, you have a new channel opening. I don't feel like this is your only channel, but this is a new line of communication that's being established. Immediately when I tapped into your energy, I saw stars. The stars. I saw a tunnel of energy, quantum connection perhaps, coming down, and it resonated with your heart space. It's like a bell being rung, and it cannot be unrung. You don't have to listen to it. I will tell you that. This feels like an open channel to something other than humanity. I'm going to tell you right now. I am going to go on a limb and say non-human intelligence, and I feel like this channel is coming online very, very soon. I think it's in preparation for whatever the big change that's going to happen at the end of this month that I keep picking up on. I think this is part of that. Friend, pay attention to what you're receiving in this channel. Listen to it. Do your best not to talk yourself out of it. Again, you don't have to share it with anybody, but do yourself the service of believing what you are receiving, You know what I'm saying? Don't talk yourself out of it. I feel like this channel, if it's already established, it's not nearly established like it's gonna be. This is like broadband connection over dial-up. You know what I'm saying? This is like lightning speed over, you know what I'm saying? So whatever this is, it feels like it opens fast, and it comes with a lot of information. Grounding feels very helpful. You are a conduit of the information. You're not meant to retain it. Write it down or you're gonna forget it, okay? However you choose to do that. Make a video, make a self-note, text yourself, email yourself, create a notebook, do something, get the space ready, because when these information, they keep saying meetings. They keep telling me meetings. That's the word they give me. When these meetings happen, it's going to have a lot of information, and you're going to want to capture it. And if you don't have the tools ready, you're going to lose it, and you're going to be upset with yourself. So don't put yourself in that position. All right? So, Abby, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. Confirmation. Wheel of Fortune is spun around and change is coming in your direction. This is a result of your alignment, but it is literally taking you to brand new horizons. Somewhere you have never been before. My guides tell me there is going to be a lot of opportunity for people around you to say they don't believe you. You are being asked, pleaded with, to step outside of your comfort zone and not get caught up in what they are saying. Literally, that's all they gave me. I want you to understand, Abby, the message was so precise and clear. They're like, you don't need a lot of cards. This is the message. And I hope you got that. I really, really do, Abby. Thank you. Colin, you think you can help me? That would be awesome. Send me an email if you don't mind. It's linked in all the notes here. Or it's just Erin at Consciously Erin. Abby, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really, Abby, that's so fun. All right, I love that confirmation. All right, Lilia, you are up next. I'm so sorry if I was saying that incorrectly. Lilia, thank you. You are up next. Come on down and say hello. Hello, Miss Corn Dog. All right, Lilia. Corn dog sounds good. I'm starting to get hungry. This channeling takes so much energy. I am starving when I get off of here. I am so hungry. I have to have snacks immediately ready. Like, this is what I have over here. For as soon as I get off here, it's like I have to replenish myself immediately. Immediately. All right, here we go. Lilia, do me a favor. Take a nice big deep breath in all the way down your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders and please give me permission to have access to your energy. I almost said drop your energy. Girl, your energy is all going kind of crazy. Your chakras are all extremely active, but they're not really talking to each other in a coherent way. Sometimes I see this when people get a whole big blast of energy. It's like you reset the system and everything has to recalibrate itself. This can make us feel a little unstable, a little unbalanced. We can feel more emotional or reactive than normal. It's not that you're doing anything wrong. Especially in this case, I feel like your energy got like a shock to its system for some reason and is working on resetting itself. Ground. Drink a lot of water. And before you take a sip of that water, put some intention into that water that is going to fuel your cells. It's going to help to integrate this energy. I feel like the big white energy we've been getting has like landed like a hot potato on your head. And this has stirred up your energy. This can make it hard to sleep, hard to focus, hard to think, all the stuff. But it's always a sign of incoming new energy, which is good. You are being asked to ground, to integrate, and to allow it to sink in. You don't have to work hard for this. I will tell you that it is closely associated with theta brainwaves. So if you allow yourself to meditate on a more regular basis, that does not mean meditate all day. It means establish a pattern and meditate on a more regular basis. You entrain your brain waves to be closer to the theta wave pattern more often than not, and it's easier to integrate the energy, and it feels less and less like you're like punishing yourself. Oh my gosh. You have so much energy. You're making me like, look at this. I am burning up. Because your energy is so freaking strong. I'm like looking for anything to fan myself with. Holy cow. You gotta get that pulled down a little bit, friend. Lilia, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. You, my friend, are going to be asked very soon. Holy cow, are going to be asked very soon to step outside of your comfort zone and believe in what you are receiving. My guides tell me that right now you're going through a kind of shock to your energetic system, like it has a bit of overload to it, almost like you needed a surge protector and didn't have one. Surge protectors look like a strong meditative practice, right? Your protective tools or whatever it is you use on yourself. Oh my gosh, friend. They're asking you to have some patience with yourself as this energy integrates and do your best to stay in alignment as best as you can. I understand it's hard when we have physical life going on, but they're really asking you to please work on that, especially right now. Holy cow. My guys want you to understand that the disharmony that you feel is purposeful. It's bringing stuff to the surface that might need to be addressed so that you can let go of the self-doubt that might be weighing you down. This may require a bit of introspection before you can move forward, but as you do that introspection, you bring together two pieces of something that were not working out. Ooh, holy moly. Lilia, that was intensely hot. Like majorly intensely, like I'm gonna burst into flame hot. Holy cow. My best advice to you, friend, is do some grounding. Get your meditative practice going. Ground, barefoot on the ground if you can. If you can't do that, soak your feet in some Epsom salt water. Water is a conductor of energy. It'll help to spread things out. Use your protective tools, a grounding mat, whatever it is you do. I'm gonna really encourage you to do that right now. No, please don't apologize, but it just is. It just is. Not a bad thing. It just is. Lilia, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I appreciate it. My list is full today. Someone asked about a reading. My list, unfortunately, is full for today. I think I'll be back on Thursday. I'm not 100% sure yet, but look for I'll usually put up a notification to let you guys know. All right. Lilia, thank you so much. Lydia, come on down. I know you're under Jacob, but Lydia, come on down. You are next. After Lydia is Maya and Colin. Boy. That was like Hot potatoes, like for real, hot potatoes. All right. Lydia, say hello for me, friend. I am excited to read for you. Remember, you guys, go check out my school platform. There are so many classes there. 2 free classes, by the way. Hello, I see you. Hello, Lydia. I see you. Oh, I'm like, why can't I see? You guys want to hear a funny story real quick? The other day, it was a Saturday, not this past one, but the one before. I went outside. I woke up in the morning and it was super bright, and I thought, oh my God, I overslept. But I looked at my clock and it was the right time, and I thought, that's weird. I get up at the same time every day. Why does it look different outside? Why is it so bright? I went outside and was freaking out. I'm like, why is the sun so high in the sky? Oh my God. And I'm literally freaking out, right? Like, this is so weird. And I go inside and I tell my husband, my husband's looking at me and he's like, what do you mean? I go, I get up at the same time every day. It's never this bright. And he looks at me, he goes, oh, you're so cute. It's daylight savings time. That's how disconnected I am. Just letting you know. All right, Lydia, I am excited to read for you, friend. Thank you for humoring me as I told my story. Did it? That's so funny. All I can do is laugh at myself, right? All right, Lydia, here we go. Do me a favor. Take a nice, big, deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop those shoulders and please give me permission to have access to your energy. Lydia, when I come into your energy, I see a lot of purple. Sorry. A lot of purple, okay? Purple is the color of the crown. It is this very soft, powdery, lilac-y color. That tells me that your crown is not explosively open, but naturally open. This is a good thing to see. Most people do not walk around with an open crown. It would overwhelm your energy because you would literally be receiving all day long. I typically see this with people who have good energetic practices, good energetic hygiene, as I like to call it. You take care of yourself, you foster a sense of theta meditation state, all that stuff. So this is an indication that your energy is in good working order. A long way to say that. The purple in your field is a good indication that your higher self is constantly communicating and you listen most of the time. I think you could give a little more credence to your gut feelings, to your instincts, to your intuition, and especially when you're having conversations with people. I feel like you pick up on subtle cues in a conversation that you dismiss. Either you tell yourself you're making it up, you're reading into it or something like that, but you're not. You're picking up, you're literally, your biosphere is bumping up against their biosphere. And you are conscious enough to pick up on the subtle change in this exchange of information. You got to stop talking yourself out of it. When you're having a conversation with someone, you know what they're saying, if it's true or not. You got to stop talking yourself out of it. I really, really feel like I need to push you on that. Lydia, literally the very first card for you is just confirming that. Stop it. Listen to yourself, silly goose. My guys want you to understand you have all the clarity you need. You just choose to talk yourself out of it for some reason. I know that maybe you have this people-pleasing personality, maybe. I don't know what it is, where you don't want to see that side of someone or think that about someone. But friend, you have to see the truth. And I understand giving people the benefit of the doubt. Absolutely you should. But when people tell you who they are, listen, right? My guides say, release the burden of needing to keep the peace, and instead they're asking you to listen to your third eye. That means that when someone comes to you and they tell you, I need you to do this for me, and you feel like you don't want to do that, there's a reason. And they're asking you to push against the feeling you have that makes you feel like you have to do it. This is going to make you reassess some of the ways, some of the relationships that you have, the interactions that you have, because I think there's probably, and not because they're bad people, there's probably people around you who've gotten very used to you doing things for them. So, have discipline, because when you do, it leads to a better feeling space, a feeling of joyous occasion, celebration, belonging, all the good feels. But you have to let yourself listen to what you're receiving, and that's the biggest piece here, especially when it comes to having conversations with other people. Your lack of faith in what you receive is going to keep you grounded in the practical aspects of your world. And while we need to spend time there, your inspiration is literally crying for you, asking you to embrace it, asking you to follow through with it and listen to it. It's literally crying for you. Lydia, thank you, friend. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I appreciate it, and I hope it was helpful. All right. Mary, you are up next. Come on down and say hello. Mary is next. Sorry, I have a thing. I hate notifications on my phone. It literally drives me crazy. So I have to get rid of it. All right. All right. Mary. Hi, Mary. Hello. I see you. Good morning. All right. Here we go, Mary. I love your energy. Do me a favor, friend. Take a nice big deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders, and please give me permission to have access to your energy. Mary, you have some of the most soft energy, and that's not a bad thing at all. You, my friend, are the soft place for so many people to fall. When the world is being hard and pushing on people for some reason, not for some reason, you are one of those people that you offer the soft space. There's no judgment. Not saying that you don't judge sometimes. We all do. We're human. It's part of it. But I feel like you are very good at reserving judgment. I also feel like you do the service of listening with both sides of your head. Most of humanity, when you're talking to your friend, I almost will guarantee you without fail, they are only listening to half of what you're saying. Psychologically speaking, this has been proven with studies. They are only listening to about half of what you're saying, because with the other half of their brain, they're trying to figure out how to answer you. They're trying to figure out a solution to your problem. This causes a lot of miscommunications and a lot of feelings of being unheard. When I look at you, Mary, this is not something you do typically or too often. I feel like you're able to embrace people where they are, and it's a beautiful, loving energy that you carry. It is a matriarchal energy. It is the energy of the loving mother. This doesn't mean you don't have other gifts. This just means that this is one of the biggest pieces that your energy is providing me right now. This feels like it's going to become more and more important as we approach the changes that our world is going through with increasing rapidity. This is weird words they're giving me today. This is going to be important. You have to be careful because boundaries are going to need to be there. Sometimes, if you've ever seen, if you jump in to save someone who's drowning and you don't know how to save them, they are going to drown you in an attempt to save themselves. So there's this feeling of needing you to make sure that you have some pretty strong boundaries in place, okay? Mary, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. My guides are asking you to let go of your clouded judgment around the idea that you have to or are required to help everyone. Listen, friend, you cannot be sick enough to help someone feel better. You cannot be broke enough to make someone feel wealthy. That has to come from within. Leading by example is the best thing that you can do. You cloud your judgment when you tell yourself that you must sacrifice your own well-being to help someone else. That is faulty thinking, and it comes from your root, and it's something you've been carrying around for quite a little bit. My guides instead are asking you to recognize that this is a manipulation of your good heart, and they want you to turn around and let that go. It's time to walk into a state of liberation from this. When you do this, friend, it opens the door to the next phase of your awakening experience, which is about learning to be caring and mindful without being a doormat, you know? And I'm not trying to say you're a doormat, but I want you to understand that you can't be sick enough to make someone else healthy. So when you sacrifice yourself to try to make someone else happy, you're literally chasing a moving target, okay? So get out of your head, stop overthinking it, and things will work themselves out the way they need to. And I feel like this is kind of a hard thing. Like maybe you but I really like doing this for people. I really like this. But friend, at the end of the day, if you're so drained that you don't feel like you can function or focus, or you feel like you have to do something immediately, I'm telling you, it's too much. It's too much. Mary, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, friend. I appreciate it. I hope it was helpful. Yes. Capacity versus discipline. That might be a good way to put it. All right, Maya. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate you, friend. Maya, you are next. After Maya is Colin. Maya, you are next, and then Colin is up after that. Good morning. Thank you so much for your patience, Maya. I truly appreciate it. Yes, ma'am. I see you. All right. All right, Maya, here we go. Good morning. Chrissy, weren't you here earlier? All right, Maya, here we go. Do me a favor. Take a nice big deep breath in all the way down to your toes. Release. Drop your shoulders. Please give me permission to have access to your energy. Maya, girl, you gotta stop playing yourself down. When I look at your energy, the very first thing that jumped out at me is your intelligence. Friend, you are very smart. Wise, beyond your years. And smart doesn't always translate to school, all right? When I'm tapping into your energy, friend, you see through the BS. You see the patterns. You see the truth in the situation. You understand things on a level that a lot of people don't. And I feel like this causes misunderstanding between you and other people. I almost feel like you have this intolerance for small talk, right? Like, I don't want to have some trivial conversation with you to placate your feeling of being stuck. Like, it's that sort of feeling. Like, it's kind of like the idea, like the feeling I would have maybe, so I have a niece. Her name is Savannah. She is in high school and she's incredibly gifted. She's very, very smart. Genius level. Having a conversation with her is not like talking to a regular 14-year-old. It's like talking to a 50-year-old with multiple PhDs. And this is kind of what it feels like for you. Like there's an intolerance of the BS because you don't need it. You see past it. I do feel like this can make your energy a little misinterpreted by others, and I feel like you tend to reduce yourself or hold back because you don't like the feeling that comes with other people recognizing that you know more than them. And I get that. But don't reduce yourself. Don't play dumb. Don't say you don't know when you do. Don't do any of that stuff. If someone doesn't like it, that's their problem. That's not your issue. Don't make it your issue. It's none of your business what they think of you. Stop making it your business. Stand strong in what you know. You are very, very smart. And I really feel like I want to pound this in your head. You are very, very smart. Stop telling yourself you're not. Or stop pretending that you're not is maybe a better way to look at it. Maya, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. Let go of this feeling that you need to pretend that you're something you're not. Instead, they're asking you to embrace yourself, your inspiration, and who you truly are. My guides acknowledge that something made you decide that this was the way forward for you to reduce yourself in the space, but they're telling me that that's not what's going to carry you forward. You literally are being invited to step out onto a brand new journey. This is the Fool card saying the path is opening for you. But as long as you tell yourself you can't do it or that you're too stupid or too whatever, it's not going to work. My guides want you to accept the alignment that's being pushed forward for you, right? Sit in your strength. Sit in your smart. Don't hold back, okay? Reach towards that creative vision. All that brain power, it'll take you somewhere if you allow it to do so. My guides tell me you are very connected to your higher self, absolutely, but you have to get past the vulnerability of displaying how smart and who you really are. Stop changing who you are to fit someone else's narrative. It's not your job to keep them comfortable in their complacency. Instead, let the truth of who you are come to the surface. This is where you're going to find a greater sense of balance in your energy overall. I understand that there's going to be some things that you are disappointed in. I get it. People are weird. I get it. But when you stand up and be who you are unapologetically, it opens up a space of liberation more than you could anticipate. Maya, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, friend. I appreciate it. I hope it was helpful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope it was helpful, friend. Don't reduce yourself anymore. All right. Thank you, Maya. I appreciate you. Thank you, Amy, for watching my Schumann every day. I appreciate it. My list is closed for today. I'm very sorry. Thank you, Maya. I appreciate it. All right, Colin, you're up, friend. You are up. Last but never least, right? Last but never least, Colin, you are up. Remember, your reading will be on replay on my YouTube channel as soon as this live is over and it processes. It takes it a minute. Also, I have lots of resources. I have a Patreon channel that every Wednesday has an article that comes out connecting science and spirituality. I also have podcasts and community on my Patreon, classes on my Patreon, downloadable PDFs on my Patreon. I have a school classroom that is full of classes that you can take. I have all these resources available to you. Go check them out, you guys. Go check them out. Colin, come on down, friend. You are up. Am I just not seeing? Colin, where are you? Come on down, Colin. Is that you? The vortex times 2? Is that you, Colin? There you are. All right. I gotcha. I gotcha. Oh, well, thank you, friend. I appreciate it, Mary. I got you, Colin. All right, I see you. Oh, the Vexter, not the vortex. All right. All right, Colin, do me a favor. Take a nice, big, deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders and please give me permission to have access to your energy. Colin, you're in a transitional state right now. And I know that might not be what you want to hear, but that's what I'm picking up on. I feel like you have left behind something. Like you walked away from or left behind something that feels relatively significant. This doesn't necessarily mean something physical, but it kind of feels like it is. This might have been a job that you walked away from, a relationship that you walked away from, all of the above, some of the above. It's hard for me to say. What I'm seeing is you're in between two places, the place you're leaving behind and the place you're going. There is a stretch of road in between, and that's where you are currently. I feel like this is easy to feel like things aren't happening, like I'm stuck, things aren't changing, but that's simply not the case. We live in a very dense reality. And to go from possibility to probability to reality requires a gymnastics of molecules, for lack of a better way to explain it. So it takes time for this stuff to sort of put itself into place, right? To unfold itself, so to speak. I feel like you are walking towards something that is not a surprise. It feels like I clearly have a map and I know where I'm going, but there's a little bit of impatience. I feel like I want to remind you to relax into the process. When you put impatience out there, you give lack something to hold on to with law of attraction. You don't want to do that. This is coming forward. I wish I could tell you it's tomorrow. I can't. I don't know how far away it is. I can just sort of see it on the horizon. But the assurance that I have comes from the feeling that you know what this is. You're aware of this. It's not a surprise. It's not throwing you off balance or anything like that. It's just now you're in the journey part of it. That doesn't mean little things won't happen along the way, but if you're so focused on the idea that this is taking too long, you're going to miss the little things that are along the way that make the journey more enjoyable, for lack of a better phrase, right? Colin, this is what my guides have to say in addition to everything else I've already said. They are asking you to have a little bit better judgment about where you're putting your attention, remembering that what's going on right now also it deserves your enthusiasm. There feels like there's this acknowledgement that you have walked away from or stepped out of something that you had outgrown and was maybe putting off getting away from, and there's this acknowledgement of that. They want you to understand you are absolutely moving towards a new beginning, but right now what you're going through is a lot of release, letting go of the weight that has held you where you were so you can walk forward. This includes healing some old wounds, especially around the idea of stability, finances, security, all that stuff. Healing those wounds and recentering in the heart chakra. My guides tell me there is a massive amount of potential in your energy. It's waiting for you and you are making your way there, but don't do that thing you do where you get too in your head about stuff. My guides are asking you instead to stay as balanced in your heart space as you can, including continuing to do your self-evaluation that's opening doors for you. My guides tell me you have all the emotional wisdom you need to do this, but you have to stop focusing on the disappointment of how long this feels like it's taking and focus more on the positivity of the fact that you even made this choice, because I don't think a year ago you would have, or 2 years ago, or whenever it was. On the Hook with Sandy, I am so sorry, but if you are a crochet channel, I am going to watch you. What is not a law? I feel like there's a weird conversation happening in here. I don't see what you're saying about it's not a law, so I don't know what you're talking about. Colin, thank you, friend. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it, and I really hope it was helpful. This and that? Okay. Well, I am newly in my crochet journey, and I'm literally crocheting my heart out. I'm making gifts for everybody for Christmas. Everybody's getting crochet stuff for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? All right, you guys, thank you so much. Remember, there are still tickets available to the channel's chair on November 21st. There are free classes on my school platform. There are paid classes on my school platform. There's all kinds of stuff. Go check it out. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Enjoy this portal, you guys. Enjoy the portal. Set your intentions. Utilize the energy. Utilize the energy. All right? All right, guys. Have a great day.